We do have the story of somebody who decided to stand up to the in-game Mafia, and they got banned from World of Warcraft. Kind of interesting.
No, they didn't.
Sorry, they got suppressed.
They got banned from chat, yeah.
Yes, they got chat
not
banned.
the game itself. That would be brutal.
Yes, that would be. So, this is from a player called AlphaBottom92. Yes. On Reddit, who shared their story about daring to take on the Elemental Lariat Mafia on their server. If you're not aware, Elemental Lariat it's essentially BIS, right? It's very strong at the very least, neck piece. By offering customers a reasonable price that undercut the status quo of this big, exuberant market. Instead of conforming to the exorbitant prices, I decided to offer it for a small tip. And this challenged the powers that be, where they got a communication warning saying that their communication behavior is not in line with how most WoW players communicate. So, yes, they were basically, reportedly anyway, mass reported by other crafters. Tide began to turn, and I found myself facing hatred and even threats from other jewel crafters. On the third day, I realized that the greed and corruption that had taken hold in the market was also not only affecting me, but the community as a whole. I created a macro that allowed me to craft, a macro that allowed me to craft the Elemental Lariat for a simple tip, making it accessible to everyone. This is one of those situations where it's just the crafter's time. It's the person getting the craft done. It's their mats.
Well, it's also
and their artisan's metal if they're going to be guaranteeing a reroll.
Yeah, but it's also all the investment they put in to be able to do that.
Yeah.
Which is substantially bigger than it ever has been in the past.
But my efforts were met with resistance, and I was banned from chat. I received an in-game warning for bad communication. A few hours later, I was banned from chat completely. Now I'm unable to advertise my services, and the other crafters have won this fight. They abused the system and silenced me without any involvement from Blizzard, customer service. Now, what did CS do? Well, my ban appeal was responded to quickly, but I was told they could not see which messages were reported and that they could only take action once I was completely banned.
Dire. Get good systems, please.
Really? They can't see what message someone was banned for? That seems so ludicrously unbelievable to me.
They probably can see chat logs, but they can't see which they're banned for, because there's probably a process where you go, oh, banned. Especially for automated system.
Now it gets worse. Customer service then suggested that the OP changes the price of their crafts. So basically customer service said, have you tried charging more to not piss these people off to mass report you? Which, of course, the user finds to be unacceptable because, they can do whatever they want. That's it. They can do whatever they want. It's bizarre. This whole story is really bizarre.
I mean, it makes sense if you think about it. If I had the mic, it'd be helpful. It makes sense if you think about it. Like logically, it's like automated system. Someone needs banned. Somebody's banned because they're spewing horrible stuff. So you set a limit and go, oh, there you go. Because you don't have a staff member on hand to check to respond to reports that come in randomly because you don't staff your CS support people at all whatsoever. Because you're Activision Blizzard and are a stingy pack of bastards.
And that's actually that's a noteworthy thing because they've at least updated their policy to just make it very clear that excessive leaving in 10.0.5 for solo shuffle can result in your account being actioned on, be that I suppose a suspension or a ban.
Yeah,
they said why too. They said that it is a exploitation of game mechanics to reduce the the game experience for other people. Number one, I think this user's not doing that. Number two,
well, you could argue.
You could
argue they are,
but it's very within Blizzard's system with the tip.
Yeah, it's fairly. I guess this is where it's gonna be difficult to explain because it's like a principle issue where if someone was doing the same but ramping the prices up, you would argue against them because it's clearly anti-consumer. But if someone trying to do the good thing, you go, well, you're intentionally manipulating the market by a substantial number.
Yeah, Blizzard's real problem here is a difference in supply and demand, because if crafters could only do like 2 work orders a day or 1 work order a day, I wouldn't really advocate for that, but just like play it out. If they could only do 1 work order a day, then there would be, a higher supply of work orders that people want done, and that would encourage people to offer better tips. And then that would be like a market solution. But right now, the problem is, crafters can just blast through everything that appears there so quick.
This isn't public work orders, remember? This is private work orders. This is personal work orders.
Oh, yeah.
Advocating for.
I mean,
so if you limit those, then suddenly you have a pretty serious problem with people not being able to live out the fantasy.
Yeah,
I wake up and I do this all day long.
I completely agree.
Yeah.
But if the public work orders actually fulfilled their intended purpose more...
Yeah, which they can't do because of the design of the system.
Yes. They are kind of gimped because of not being able to guarantee quality, which people do not want to do when they are just, handing over maybe their primal core, like, the heroic one. Yep. So overall, it's just a whole bunch of things are like 80% there, but the final 20% to take them over the line and have them overall be sustainable aren't there. But anyway, this player says that once they're unbanned, they are going to take a step forward and begin crafting it for free, including recrafts. My goal is to completely and utterly disrupt the market for the Lariat. There you go. Somebody's taken up a mission.
Yeah, and obviously we'll be able to go, oh yeah, hell yeah, disrupt that market, destroy the Mafia that are controlling everything. But it is also like, you don't want people being able to come in and completely destroy the market by themselves, or maybe you do. It's that thing of, I think this is a very good feel-good story, but you flip the numbers and suddenly you have this guy as the villain. Otherwise, because you could disrupt the market the other way by bullying people out. As to how you do that, I don't know.
Oh yes, no,
yeah.
I mean, as somebody who's played the auction house before, I was always furious whenever people just like undercut for no reason.
Oh, I love that. I sometimes I'll do that intentionally if I'm an asshole. If it's something I don't sell very much of, sometimes I'll just go, let's just drop this. Although I used to that, I can't do it now.
Yes,
because people just scan for stuff, and TSM just definitely not automation. By the way, 100% not automation, except for the fact we know literally someone who just uses the endless scroll and Logitech mouse to register a mouse click and just spins it. That's not automation at all. To just sell things.
I mean, that is also
and
me.
Scan for things.
I just don't play the auction house these days.
Yeah, so I think the economy as a whole needs substantially redesigned before these problems will stop existing in some capacity.
I think the thing with TSM is really all the TSM is doing is helping you deploy logic.
Yeah, which is it's automating your logic for you instead of using the game's UI to do it.
Yeah, but then the game's UI is shit.
Yeah.
No, that is the other side. Like, the game's UI is pretty shit for a lot of these things. I would not want to be selling without having Auctionator.
Same.
At the very least.
Same, so you need Blizzard to fix the auction house with Auctionator-like functionality. Destroy anything that can do anything with the auction house that isn't in-game UI, but make the in-game UI actually work. And then you'd have people who would subvert it anyway, because for everyone who's using TSM to do tricks, there's people who will just do something a little bit more challenging. Hey, here's a program that reads text on screen. Check for this. There you go. It's slower, still works.
And I suppose then you're left in a position of, what do you do? Mm-hmm. Do you move in the direction of the Grand Exchange in RuneScape, where, let me just refresh the Grand.
Just delete the auction house and allow player-to-player trading. You know what, Tiff? You're a radical, and I respect that. That's what I'll say.
So the way that the way that this would work is the price of like buying and selling things would just like dynamically change. Like, I don't know, here's Aurora die. It would just like dynamically change depending on supply and demand. So you couldn't just go and list your item. Everything just went into a big pool.
Is that how Lost Ark works?
So it was an interesting way that it functioned. That is certainly one way of just cutting a whole bunch of stuff out, but it does represent a substantial reduction in player freedom. So hard to say, but overall, I don't know. This person, if I was on their server and I could play the guitar, maybe I'd write a little ballad about our
unsung hero.
Our unsung hero, that's it. He is a crafter of the people.
Yeah, so I
mean, straight up, he is. He wants to give people elemental lariats. And funny enough, my next step in gearing is to use my first heroic thingamabob.
Fusion?
Yeah, my first heroic infusion to get a maxed out Lariat.
I've needed to get my Lariat upgraded for ages, but every time I log in for it, I finish raiding, I'm like, I'm going to bed now.
Yes.
And I go, oh yeah, shit, I keep forgetting to go to all the effort of whispering someone to go recraft this for free. Thank you.
Yeah.
By thank you, I mean, if you ask me for a tip, I will be mad. There is no associated labor cost. I don't care about your investment. Give me for free. I'm broke.
Fuck. I'd give someone 5k or 10k for that.
I give someone 10k, and then I'm out of gold, and then I can't buy feast for the guild. Oh, sweet, done.
Why don't you just steal from the guild bank for the feast?
Because the guild bank doesn't have much money in it. That's why.
Why don't you just steal even more money off Dakor?
Shut up.
And then, how about we get the IMF to come in and intervene in Matt's situation and extend him a bridge loan?
I actually, like, I need my universal basic income for World of Warcraft. And I don't mean I actually get to do it. I don't mean I want to go and like go to the in-game dole office. I mean I want it in my post.
I will purchase Dakor's debt that you owe him. Yeah. And I will if you want, Matt, because I'm just off the horn to Dakor, and he's charging 15% per year. I will refinance you to 13.25%.
Sounds good.
So it's a good deal for you.
Sounds good. And also, you're here in person, so I can just kill you if it goes wrong. Fantastic.
Fuck, I forgot
donuts.
about that.
Why not just buy some WoW tokens?
Yeah.
Because I'm broke in game and in real life too. That's the answer. I don't have the money to buy WoW tokens willy-nilly for things like that. That's the answer, honestly.
Man's going to Japan.
Yeah.
Man needs to get ready to go to the Square Enix cafe.
Yeah. I paid for flights and I'm like, sweet.
Drink you stole his ears.
Yeah.
That's all that means.
Yeah, I can definitely afford that, especially considering my rent's gone up and the price of electric's gone up and the price of gas has gone up and the price of food's gone up.
My electricity bill was £493 last quarter. I want to kill myself. It's really bad. Can you believe that? Like, oh my God.